How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We've got some extra footage as we actually went over to Preston to go play in their store champs. Saf facing off in a Royal Knight Ditto to start things off. Lucemon in the right side players list, and you can see it getting red. Definitely not a card that's present in our left side Royal Knights. Double hatch, swagged out. And I will try and put some stabilization on this. We were recording with a tripod on the table, just doing what we could. Thankfully, though, it doesn't look like there's too much glare. Gaogamon setting up the extra draw, and a pretty decent opening turn, I would say. Gaogamon going to bring back the Dynus in order to get the search. Setting up the trash nicely. So that's Purge and the Dynasmon to hand. Blockers setting up, so neither of them really going to be swinging on each other. This is basically just going to be kind of like a rat race. Or at least my understanding of the matchup so far looks like it is just both these players dropping things, because Royal Knight's more of a control deck that kind of sees you answering the board. Not even really sure what the Gaogamon swinging even does at this point. I guess it would get popped anyway by a Dynasmon should it get played, so just going to take the swing anyway. Take both of the big lads. The secret rares to hand. There is still the Dynasmon, so you can't reduce the cost of that. Instead, chokes to 1 with the Purge. And the question is, what does he slot? Gaogamon already has Rush by itself, so you don't need anything else. And that Eldritch Boss monster being set up on that left-hand side, even though with the choke to 1, Dynasmon's still able to grab a Magna, and this is going to be the Royal Knights of the Purge being played. Just trying to pass as minimal memory as possible. Right, we are going to go for the Gallant. This gives it Rush, thanks to it. Nice and clean, burn the top card. I like as well that he's not even checking security, he's just burning it. And this time is going to be playing that Gallant, swings in, hits the other secret reg. And we'll die in security. Not ideal. But another Purge sets up a replacement Gallant, and we're just going to use the Gaogamon. So this build is slightly changed from the one that we... If you've seen the videos from last week at the time of recording, they'll probably be in the cards in the top right if you haven't already. This build is -1 Porcupa and the Reboot CL, I'm pretty sure, in order to go playset of a Gaogamon. So it's a little bit more of a draw power. He's trying to just up the tempo of the build rather than just always having to play control, control, control. Obviously the deck instinctively does still play to a control playstyle. And you can see the Alphamon trades are really important here because Omnimon Turbo is very much live here, but with the Alphamon Floodgate, nothing would be able to attack. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the stack on the side of the right side player. 7, 8 once the on-body boards go down. You could maybe swing over the Dynasmon to stop it from going... You could maybe swing over the Dynasmon to stop it from going into the stack just to slow him down a bit, but instead he's just going to go for an Alphamon off his own. Loads the Ganku from trash. You can see him counting, just trying to figure out... Oh, open pass instead. Not going to go for anything major. He's already got the Omnimon, so I guess he just figured out that he couldn't low pass anything and wasn't going to gain anything from doing what he had. A Gaogamon can swing at security, of course, because it is smaller than the Alphamon, but it's not really a sort of body that you have to worry about having to necessarily take off the field. You can see the memory setter in hand, but if you're just going to get open passed in this kind of weird situation, it's basically... They're now in a kind of cold war. A tennis match of who can stall out with alphas. You can see him just like rifling through trash. Gonna use the Omnimon. Is gonna blow up the board, but the Alphamon is out. This lets him play another alpha, which slows out the game, and now I think he's just searching to set things back up again. See how many times you can just lot the alpha. Is gonna get the recovery as well, just gives him an extra stack. It's really interesting to see the Lucemon actually get picked up from the Dynasmon stuff. It is kind of strange, but I do kind of like it. Just increasing the number of hits that you can get off of your Dynasmon, off of your Lord Knightmon. And a free security plus what? Well, not free, but free recovery is still nice. We're gonna see Omnimon now to play out the boys. The gang is here. Now, who is getting loaded under Alpha? Gonna put the Ganku instead. We'll clear the body. Yeah, Mechamon getting the chip might have been worth it, but I guess you run the risk of running into Purge. So now, both of you are just sitting there. You do have one blocker, and the Floodgate stops him from being able to swing. Magna could go through, but it is just going to get blocked anyway. There's no Jesmon to boost the DP. Huh? But Jesmon would blow up something pretty big. Wait, can Jesmon even blow anything up? I know Craniumon protects itself, but I'm not sure if Craniumon protects everything. Really not. So, Magnamon is going to swing. Oh, that's a big Magnamon. We're just going to scoot for game one. I think they're recognizing that too far behind. Alright, game number 2. We're going to be starting off with double Yggdrasil and a Magnamon on the side of our left player. I actually got to see in the break that both these guys are pile shufflers. And that, my question of the day for you guys, if you're a pile shuffler, is it just, is there any particular reason that you like to do it, or is it that you haven't learned a different kind of shuffle? And I guess for those of you that don't, what is your favorite way to shuffle trading cards? I know some people do all different kinds of shuffles for playing cards, but they don't really care about the, like what happens to the card in the process, but there's still plenty of ways to mix up your shuffles as a card game player. I know I've been asked before if I work in casino, because I do be shuffling like a profesh. But instead, I just am ignorant over the internet about my favorite card game. So 2 purges on both sides, actually. We are going to see the Ganku, which is going to pull out a Dynus. Dynus really does do so much. I feel like I barely see Lord Knight played. Lord Knight was actually the ult that got pulled in the box I opened for my entry packs at the store champs. If you haven't seen the post, your boy got top 4 on Dog Loop and proceeded to not be on camera the whole time. That said, we actually... Funny thing about it is, in each round, we had someone that has semi-regularly attended Fanboy. We had Saf round 1, Johnny round 2, Josh from the Bolton store who has attended Fanboy multiple times, round 3, and then finals had Morgan as well, who, same thing, has attended Fanboy when he's able to. So, very funny. I tried to get brand new footage with brand new players, and I end up just recording the same guys I record nearly every week. The joys of being stuck to top tables. I was on table 2 basically the whole night. And now you can see we have got a loaded gun on left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the right. So both of them are kind of staring down this pseudo Cold War again. You see the Alphamon in response to the Alphamon. So the Porcupa is going to be able to attack, but it's not going to delete anything. Instead, just going to play the Marcus to clear the Porcupa. I like that. Takes a chip off the board. Game 1, of course, ended in a scoop after recognizing they were too far back. So now we're going to do Alpha versus Alpha. Pass turn with the Porcupa. Alphamon is going to get slurped back up. And... what are we gonna do? We're gonna Alpha, and we're just gonna pass back over with the Alpha to lock out once again. Porcupa's gonna swing, it's gonna hit an Omeka. Gonna use the Purge, brings out Magna, gonna swing, hits a 4th Purge. And we're counting. Ganku brings back the Alpha, and then Alpha loads a Ganku to lock out the board once again. Place another Magna, get ourselves a whole bunch of blockers. That's going to be a nice draw too, actually, to start things off on the next turn. So, Alpha getting slurped up. He is, right? It's mandatory. Oh, wait, no, if it leaves play, you can just pitch the source, can't you? Okay, we have ourselves a Gallant. Gonna play it for cheap. He's gonna kill one in the process. Still 3 and 4. It's looking very doable. Only used 1 purge though on the left side player. And out comes the Ganku. And what's it gonna be? Of course, Alphamon's back. Load of Magna, why not? And once again, we do have the full field lockout. I feel like he doesn't, like, I guess you could play Dynus or something to try and kill the Magna. Yeah, that's gonna be the Dynus. A very expensive Dynus, looking for double Ulforce to bounce things back. Ooh, I don't remember if Alphamon's Floodgate requires him to still be on the field or not. If it does, then I guess it doesn't really stop it from coming back. But if it does, if it does last whilst he's dead, then well, actually no, if it doesn't last and he's dead, then Ulforce is an out to the Alphamon. So the board's looking pretty good. We're gonna see a lot of guys just get sucked back up under the giant world tree. Oh, I love actually that the Altar is the last Yggdrasil that he pulled. So now it doesn't really matter the rest of them. Unswagged. If the leaves on the top of your tree look nice, doesn't really matter if the trunk is withered. So what, we had 3, 4 consecutive alpha turns? Now the question is, can you answer back with 5? He's on 5 memory. Gonna play the Gallantmon for reduced cost. Pops the Ganku in the process. Considering the swing is going to swing into his counterpart. Yeah, because he can't swing at security because it's too big thanks to the Alphamons. So they're both just kind of in their bunker. What's he going to bring out? Considering going for the Ulforce, but the moment you don't put the body down, you are in trouble. So out comes... Ooh, Magna? Don't know that I like that. There comes the Craniumon, so it's trying to make his blockers invincible. Yeah, I'm super not a fan of that. I feel like you have to play the alpha to shut up the turn, because otherwise this just happens. Magna immediately gets popped. Research comes out, I'm gonna find 2. Yeah, I do not like the Magna pick. I would have gone alpha for sure. Unless there's a reason that you can't do it. Either way, it looks like we are going to have the 2-0 there with the cleanup. So I'm going to be taking round number 1. If you liked what you saw in the Royal Knight Jitter, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.